Hello, my friends. It is a beautiful day to learn something new together. Long ago, in a kingdom far away, there lived a very wise king. He wanted to know which of his people were truly ready to help the kingdom grow. He didn't want people who just talked. He wanted people of action. So, he decided to create a secret test. He went out to the main road in the middle of the night to prepare a surprise. The king placed a huge, heavy rock right in the middle of the road. It was so big that no carriage or horse could pass by it. Then, the king hid nearby in the bushes to see what would happen. He wanted to see who would try to move the rock, and who would just walk round it. He waited for hours as the sun began to rise over the hills of the kingdom. The first people to come down the road were some of the king's wealthiest merchants and courtiers. They were wearing expensive clothes and riding fine horses. When they saw the giant rock, they stopped. Did they try to move it? No. They simply walked their horses around it. Some of them even started to shout and complain, blaming the king for not keeping the roads clear and easy to travel. "This is terrible," one merchant cried. "The king is lazy. Why is this rock here?" They spent a lot of time talking about how bad the situation was. They used their energy to be angry, but not a single person reached out a hand to touch the rock. They walked away, leaving the obstacle exactly where it was. This happens a lot in life, doesn't it? Many people complain, but few people act. After many people had passed by, a poor peasant came along. He was carrying a very heavy load of vegetables on his back. He was tired and sweaty from working in the fields all day. When he reached the giant rock, he didn't complain. He didn't look for someone to blame. He put his vegetables down on the grass and looked at the obstacle with determined eyes. The peasant decided he would move the rock so others could pass safely. He placed his hands against the rough stone and pushed. He pushed with all his might. His muscles hurt, and his face turned red. The rock was very heavy, and it didn't move at first. But the peasant didn't give up. He took a deep breath, dug his feet into the dirt, and gave one final, giant push. Slowly, the giant rock began to roll. With a loud sound, it moved out of the road and into the ditch. The path was finally clear. The peasant was breathing hard, and he wiped the sweat from his forehead. He felt good because he had done something helpful for everyone. He walked back to pick up his load of vegetables, but he saw something strange on the ground. Right where the rock had been sitting, there was a small leather purse. The peasant picked it up. It was heavy. When he opened it, his eyes went wide with surprise. The purse was filled with gold coins. There was enough money in that purse to change his life forever. He looked around, confused, wondering who could have left such a treasure in the middle of the road. Inside the purse, the peasant found a small piece of paper. It was a note from the king. It said, "This gold is a reward for the person who removes the obstacle from the road." The peasant realized that the king had been watching. The gold wasn't just luck. It was a gift for his hard work and his willingness to take action when others only complained. The king stepped out from behind the bushes and smiled at the peasant. "You see," the king said, "every obstacle we face gives us an opportunity to improve our circumstances. Most people walk away from the rock, and they never find the gold. But you faced the challenge, and now you have the reward. The peasant thanked the king, feeling like a new man. My friends, what are the rocks in your life today? Maybe it is a difficult lesson in English. Maybe it is a problem at work. Most people look at the rock and complain. They say, "This is too hard," or "I am not lucky." But the secret to success is knowing that the gold is hidden under the rock. If you don't push the rock, you will never see the reward. Complaining feels easy, but it changes nothing. Pushing the rock is hard, but it changes everything. When you spend 30 minutes practicing your English speaking, you are pushing the rock. When you learn 10 new words, you are pushing the rock. Every bit of effort you make is moving you closer to the purse of gold, the reward of being able to speak to the world. The peasant didn't just get gold. He also became stronger because he pushed that heavy stone. Challenges make us grow. If life was always an easy, flat road, we would be weak. We need the obstacles to build our muscles and our minds. Don't be angry when you see a rock in your path. Be happy, because it means a reward is waiting for you if you work for it. Also, remember that the peasant moved the rock to help others. When you improve yourself, you help the world. When you learn English, you can help your family, you can help your friends, and you can share your stories with people across the ocean. Your hard work creates a clear path for everyone behind you. You are a leader when you take action. Thank you for joining me for episode 13. I hope you feel ready to push your rocks today. Don't listen to the people who complain. Be the person who acts. Like, subscribe, and share. Your gold is waiting for you just under the surface of your hard work. I believe in you. I will see you in the next story of our Wisdom and Growth series.